Hello, YouTube family. Welcome or welcome back to Freesse Fragrance Finds. I am the lady of the house, Lady Free, your gourmand guru. And on this channel, baby, we love and discuss all things fragrances. Where I love gourmands, yes I do, but that doesn't mean that you have to. Stick around. I promise you, you'll find something that you like. Guys, but before we get into today's video, I would love for you to take a quick moment to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you won't miss any of my uploads. Don't you dare miss out. Let's hop into today's video.
You make me feel so good, yeah. Oh, yeah. You make me feel so good, yeah.
Hey girl, hey boy, hey y'all, hey, what is up, what's up? It is your girl, Lady Free, your gourmand guru in the house, and today we are featuring a whipped cream or a cream note. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, don't forget to like the video and do please continue to watch. Let's jump right in. I have 3 fragrances here that I featured in my last video. My last video was a marshmallow video. I featured these 3 fragrances in my last video because they also contain a marshmallow note. So these 3 fragrances here contain both a marshmallow and a whipped cream note. So I'm going to refer you to the eye in the sky, whichever side that it decides to pop up on. I'm going to refer you to the eye in the sky to check out my detailed video on these 3 fragrances, which are Minnie Mouse by the House of SILLAGE, Young Pistachio by KAYALI, as well as Oriana by Parfums de Marly. Again, these fragrances feature both a marshmallow and a whipped cream note. So because I just featured them in the marshmallow video, I'm going to refer you to the eye in the sky. This next fragrance on the list we all know a lot about, and this is Ariana Grande's Cloud. Let's go ahead and run the product shot. Now this is your, I wouldn't necessarily say your BR40 540 DNA, but it smells similar. It has the similar smell. I don't know how they accomplish so many different note structures when they have fragrances that smell like BR 540 and the notes are completely different, but they still end up smelling like Baccarat Rouge 540. This is one of those instances where this fragrances really doesn't have the same notes. That's why I can't say that it has the same DNA, but it still has the same smell, a similar smell to your BR 540. Let's go ahead and get you the notes of Ariana Grande Cloud. And the notes are lavender, top notes of lavender, pear, and bergamot. The middle notes of whipped cream, praline, coconut, and vanilla orchid. And base notes of musk and woody notes. This is your BR 540 with a smidge, a touch of creaminess from that whipped cream. Everything else is pretty similar in smell to me. Maybe not as substantial wearing, maybe not as complex, and maybe not as well put together as the BR 540, but it is your sweet, fruity smelling, a smidge creamy fragrance. This one is, to me, it's hard to describe, is because what I smell isn't what I see on the notes. So I see lavender. I don't really get any lavender. I do get a lot of fruit from this, but I only see the pear. So I'll get a very fruity type of fragrance, but it's only pear listed in the notes. So let's jump right into wearability. This isn't a very serious fragrance in my opinion. This is one that I just rarely honestly pick up, but I did want to feature it because it does have a smidge of creaminess to it. But recommending it to you guys, I would say during the day, going to work, running errands, nothing too serious. This is a very juvenile-esque type of scent. And it's really nothing too serious. I wouldn't wear this to any serious occasion. So I would probably just recommend it and you reserve it. At least I would reserve it for the daytime, going to work, running errands, and things of that nature. I don't really think this is a nighttime appropriate scent unless mixed with other fragrances. This also is a straight up and down feminine fragrance for me. And the time of year that I would probably wear this fragrance and suggest this fragrance be worn are the summertime and the springtime. So this time of year is perfect for Ariana Grande's Cloud. So jumping into performance, this isn't the best performing scent. I would say low to moderate longevity, probably about 4 hours. I'm getting on my skin. It has modest and moderate projection. Like if you walk past someone, they're going to smell you, especially if you've just sprayed it. But after that about 2 hour mark, it's probably going to die down and become more of a not necessarily a skin scent, but you're going to live in your skin. You're going to live in your scent bubble. After that 2 hour mark, if you overspray, you probably can extend those marks and those time periods a little longer, but I don't think it was intended to be a beast mode type of fragrance. But it is a modest wearing type of fragrance, but it has the low longevity. Okay, low to moderate longevity, but it does have a moderate wear as far as the projection and the sillage are concerned. So that is your wearability. Jumping right into value, very inexpensive. I only got the small bottle because I didn't need a larger bottle. I have so many others in my collection, and this one was just perfect. Like I knew I wasn't gonna just pull for this fragrance a whole lot. So this is a great value for the price and for the liquid, the juice that you're getting. To blind buy or not to blind buy, if you know you like the BR 540 type of DNA, or if you don't want to purchase BR 540, this is a good alternative. No, it is not a dupe, and no, it doesn't smell exactly like BR 540, but it does have vast similarities. So if you're interested in BR 540 but don't want to purchase it at that price point, I would suggest this one to you and this one for you at a less expensive alternative. Rating, I would give this a 6 out of 10. This isn't a fave, but it is wearable. So just keeping it fresh, keeping it fun. We're gonna go right into this next fun fragrance that I have. This is Freesse Bum Bum by TUTTI Delicious. Go ahead and roll the product shot. And I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not. But this is your whimsical, juvenile, teetering on childish type of scent, but it's fun. It is bright. It is juicy. It's linear, but this is just a scent that I was surprised by when I smelled it. So we're going to go ahead and get you the notes really quickly. And while we're getting the notes, I was anticipating this fragrance to be your typical, your classic strawberry fragrance that smells synthetic because of the price, that smells synthetic and that smells off-putting, that smells waxy, just because I didn't expect much from this fragrance. Because I do struggle with the strawberry note. I love the idea of a strawberry note. However, the execution of strawberry in fragrances is poorly done a lot of times. So I was surprised that this fragrance, this TUTTI Delicious, this Freesse Bum Bum by TUTTI Delicious did not give me that synthetic, waxy strawberry note. It isn't necessarily a 100% realistic strawberry, but it is a almost realistic smelling, fruity, fresh, sweet type of strawberry, and I was thoroughly surprised at this fragrance. So it's very linear. Don't expect much. It's very inexpensive, with top notes of strawberry, middle notes of whipped cream, base notes of musk and vanilla. This is your... I know how a lot of people say that your Yara smells like the strawberry milkshake. It doesn't smell like a strawberry milkshake to me. I also hear a lot of people say the Burberry Her Elixir smells like a strawberry milkshake. Both of those fragrances smell a bit synthetic to me. This doesn't have that synthetic smell, and this actually does smell like a strawberry milkshake. I would say a thicker strawberry milkshake, one that does not have a lot of milk. So one that you mostly get the strawberry note, but then it's so thick because they didn't add a lot of milk, but you still get that creamy and that milky essence from it. This is how I would describe this fragrance. Very good. Thoroughly surprised. So let's jump right into wearability. This fragrance is one that I really just wear around the house. Like, I do like the smell of it, but I really don't wear it outside of the house because it's just that type of fragrance for me that I will wear inside of the house. It's just something very nostalgic and fun and comforting about this little cute scent. So, but if you want to wear it running errands, if you want to wear it during the day, if you want to wear it at work, continuing on, if you want to wear it to work, if you want to wear it running errands, keep in mind that this is a perfume. It doesn't say parfum. This is a perfume. However, it doesn't last too long on the skin, and I wouldn't say it's fleeting because I sprayed it on my hand the other day. This is my second time recording this video. Long story. When I sprayed it on my hand the other day, I was surprised that I did. I was surprised that I was able to smell it quite a bit of time. So about 4 hours, I was still able to smell this fragrance. With the first maybe hour, almost hour, 30 minutes to an hour being very present. After that, you're going to have to like sniff for it, but it was still there on that 4 hour mark and beyond that 4 hour mark. So again, if you're going to wear this outside of the house, if you're going to wear it to work, speaking of the performance of this fragrance, I would definitely say overspray. And I do feel you would get maybe at least a good 4 to 5 hour wear out of this fragrance if oversprayed. This is not a substantial wearing fragrance, so don't expect it to project loudly off of your body. Don't expect to leave lasting scent trails, but if someone does come in close quarters to you or with you, they will be able to smell this. Value, I don't even think I paid $20 for this fragrance. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it. I did get it in a set from JCPenney. It was about 3 or 4 little cupcakes, different types of cupcakes, and the whole set was no more than $40. So very inexpensive, great value. I'm not sure how much comes in this little cutie here, but great value. Is it a safe blind buy? Yes, it's a safe blind buy. This isn't that artificial waxy smelling strawberry, so don't be afraid to go ahead and just put out that less than $20 and purchase it. I'm sure if you like a strawberry note, you will be pleased with this one. Rating, I'll give this one a 6 out of 10. It's so cute, and it's just something about it that I actually like. That is Freesse Bum Bum by TUTTI Delicious. This next one is Hayti by the Atar collection. Go ahead and run the product shot. This is your creamy, berry, fresh, bright, fruity, refreshing type of fragrance. Okay, Hayti features top notes of raspberry, berry fruits, pineapple, middle notes of whipped cream, honey, black currant, plum, floral notes, and base notes of ice cream, vanilla, and white musk. This is your upon first blast, upon first spray, you get a blast of fruits. The most recognizable fruit being that pineapple and that raspberry. It's tartness from both the pineapple and the raspberry, a little bit more sweetness from the pineapple, and then you just have berry fruits, and then you do get again a large blast of just fruits, sweet, tart, juicy kind of types of fruits, and then you start to get that whipped cream and a little bit of sweetness from that honey. I don't really get too much of that black currant. I can't pick it out and say, hey, this is black currant. Actually, I can. I do get that black currant in here. I'm not sure if it's the black currant or the plum. In the nozzle, yeah, I am getting that black currant. So and then at the base, you get the ice cream, which just adds to the creaminess of the fragrance, along with that vanilla. Now, what I will say about this fragrance is it isn't a cream forward fragrance. This is a fruity, very fruity, fresh, tart, juicy fruit type of fragrance, but you do definitely smell that whipped cream that is in the mid, along with that ice cream that is in the base. I don't know if I said it on the last video, but the thing about ice cream in fragrances, or trying to capture a ice cream note in fragrances, it is very hard to capture that note and have it last through the entire wear of the fragrance, because ice cream isn't a substantial smelling thing in real life. Ice cream just doesn't have a really potent smell to it, and it's hard to capture that in fragrances because it just doesn't have a really potent smell to it. Also, because it is a very fleeting note. Ice cream is intended to melt. It melts, so and that's indicative of it not just staying around a long time enough for you to smell it the entire wear. Let's jump right into wearability. I can see this fragrance being very refreshing and very fun. Not necessarily whimsical, not necessarily juvenile, because this does have some depth and some substance to it, but I can see it being perfect, being very refreshing this time of year, past the summer, even up until the fall, because it does have that creamy nuance to it. It is a lactonic type of smell to the fragrance and vibe to the fragrance. So I can see you wearing this fragrance right up into fall time, maybe the tip of fall, right when summertime is transitioning into fall. Past that or beyond that, it's a little bit too bright and then a little bit too tart to wear it past those seasons. And then definitely if you want to wear it in the house around in wintertime, I do feel like this will be okay for that wearing it in the house. But I don't think during the wintertime you just want to smell a basket of fruits, right? I reserve my more gourmands for that season and that time of year. But this is a straight up feminine fragrance in my opinion. Day or nighttime, because it is substantial, wearing enough to wear out on a date, especially in the summertime. Performance, I get about honestly a 4 to 6 hour wear out of this fragrance, depending on how heavy I spray. So this isn't the longest lasting fragrance. The first maybe 2 hours you're going to get it very presently. After that 2 hour mark, it is going to die down substantially. It is going to die down a lot, and you're going to live in a tight scent bubble. Maybe not too tight at hour 3, but definitely beyond hour 3, maybe hour 4 to 6, a very tight scent bubble. You're going to have to go searching for the fragrance in order to smell it, or catch whiffs and wafts of the fragrance in the air, or if you wave your hand past your face. But other than that, this isn't a very projecting scent. This is a more, I wouldn't say necessarily intimate. If someone walks past you, they will smell you, but you would definitely have to be in close quarters to someone to smell this fragrance. I don't know if I just go nose blind to it or what, or if people have different wearing experiences with this fragrance, but it just isn't the best performer, in my opinion, as of late. Okay, and I know fragrances normally are supposed to get better. I don't know if I remember it performing this poorly in the past. So that's that on that. Value, this bottle, I think it was about $75.99 on Droma Shop. Great value. This is a 100 ml bottle, so yes, definitely great value, even with the lack of performance that I've gotten recently. This is still a great value. I'm going to try to wear this again. I did wear it the other day, and that is the most recent experience that I'm recalling in my mind. Maybe I didn't spray enough, but I feel like you shouldn't have to drown yourself in fragrances to judge the performance of it. So I'm going to continue to keep you guys updated. I just don't remember it performing like this, so I don't know if it was me, I went agnostic to it, or what, but that is what it is. Okay, as of right now, from my fresh recalled memory, that is what I'm experiencing with Hayetti. I still really love it though. To blind buy or not to blind buy, this is a safe blind buy. Very forward type of fruit. Now this one also is comparable to another fragrance that I have over here. We're going to speak about that probably next, but great value. Rating right now, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe an 8 out of 10, just because the performance issue that I've just experienced recently. So that is Hayetti by the Atar collection. This next one is Accident à la Vanille Creme de Berry by JOUSSETT Parfums. Go ahead and roll the product shot. Now this is also your berry forward lactonic type of scent, but this is your thicker, denser, more substantial smelling lactonic type of fragrance. Accident à la Vanille Creme de Berry features top notes of cheesecake, strawberry, and vanilla, middle notes of vanilla, whipped cream, and sandalwood, base notes of vanilla and styrax. Now, I'm not necessarily getting the cheesecake. It's not coming across, it's not translating as cheesecake, and it's not necessarily, the strawberry is not necessarily translating as strawberry. What I'm getting is a berry cereal. Okay, and I think I've spoken about this before. It literally smells like Captain Crunch berry cereal that has sat in milk and soggied, and you know how the milk gets very sweet, the flavor from the cereal transfers into the milk. That's what I get with this fragrance, a heavy, thick, condensed milk, your pet milk, your condensed milk type of smell and feel to this fragrance. Although it still has an airiness to it, but you do get a thick, condensed berry milk type of fragrance. So that is exactly what I get from this fragrance, and that is exactly how the notes translate to my nose. So the difference between this one and the Hayetti that I just spoke about, this one isn't as sweet. Well, this one is sweeter. It isn't as tart, and it isn't as fruity. The Hayetti is more fresher. It's more berry, it's more fruit forward. This one is thicker, it's denser, it's sweeter, and it's less fruity. Wearability, because this one it does have an airy quality, but it is so thick and so sweet. I typically reserve wearing this fragrance for the fall time and for the winter time. You could get away with it now in the springtime because it isn't so cloying that you can't wear it in the springtime, but summertime is a absolute no. In the winter time, I typically just wear it around the house because it is something very comforting, something very cozy and fun about this fragrance. I don't think it'll necessarily stand up outside of the house, especially if you live in colder regions that have colder weather, but perfect ideally fall time for this scent. This is the straight up feminine scent to me. In the times of year that I mentioned, if you want to wear it, I feel like daytime will be the best time of day during those times of year that I mentioned, and going to bed at night, because it isn't very serious. You have to want to smell like this. You have to be in the mood to smell like Captain Crunch berries, right? So that is your wearability. As far as performance, I'm getting about a good 6-hour wear out of this one, with the first 2 to 3 hours it being more substantial. This is a decent projecting scent, so about moderate projection. If you are wearing this out, it will project far enough for someone to smell you. You're not really going to leave a lasting sillage, but a person will smell you immediately if you just like walk down the hall and left the hallway and they just immediately walk down the hallway after you. They will smell it, so it does leave a bit of an impression as far as the sillage is concerned. So let's jump right into value. I can't remember right off the top of my head how much JOUSSETT Parfums bottle run, but it isn't terribly expensive. This is a 50 ml bottle, so I would say that it is a good value. To blind buy or not to blind buy, is this a blind buy worthy? Yes, if you know you like literal gourmands, I would say this is a safe blind buy. Otherwise, if you know that you don't like literal gourmands, if you know that you don't like really sweet fragrances, stay far away from this fragrance. Rating, I give this one a 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it, but you definitely still have to be in the mood for it. It isn't necessarily easy reach fragrance. So 10 out of 10 for JOUSSETT Parfums Accident à la Vanille Creme de Berry. So this next one is Snooze by Renewed. Since this is a black owned, small black owned business that I speak about quite often on my channel, go ahead and roll the product shot. Now this is your citrusy, creamy, nutty, lemon pound cake type of scent. You see the smile on my face? I think y'all already know what time it is. Let's go ahead and give Freesse Fragrance Find, even before we even mention the notes, let's go ahead and give Freesse Fragrance Find of the day to Snooze by Renewed Scents. So the notes of Snooze by Renewed Scents are lemon, whipped cream, vanilla, and buttered crust. This smells like a lemon pound cake fresh out of the oven, sprinkled with pistachios and a little bit of like creamy drizzled frosting. Yeah, it's that kind of fragrance. This is only even a perfume oil, y'all. I have to get this fragrance in this spray. They do have perfume sprays that they have on their site, and I only got the perfume oil because I just wanted to test it. I definitely have to get that. I definitely have to get that perfume spray because this one is to die for. Wearability. This just puts me in the mind of fall. This one puts me in the mind of when fall, maybe even early winter time, wearing it in the house. I don't know if it'll hold up outside in the coldness, especially if you live in colder regions. I'm not sure if it'll hold up during that time of year. Again, because this is a perfume oil. So when I get the perfume spray, I will let you know, and then we'll speak about wearability more when that time comes. I see it being okay to wear actually any time of year, during the spring and the summertime, because it does have that zesty lemon in it. So it will be okay to wear in spring and summertime. It isn't so cloying and so sweet because it does have that refreshing, that, you know, citrusy, refreshing nature to it, but it's still very gourmand, very, very gourmand. So I see that being okay to wear during the spring and even in the summer. So any time of year that you want to wear this fragrance, I honestly feel like it will be appropriate. This is a straight up feminine fragrance in my opinion, and I don't see me necessarily want to smell like this on a date night unless it's a date night inside of the house, or unless it's a date night where I know we're going to be getting close, okay, where he's going to be all up on my neck, and you know, men love you to smell sweet. So I'm going to leave that up to you when and how you want to wear this fragrance, as far as during the day or during the evening. We're going to leave that up to you. But as far as the performance of this fragrance, this is a roll-on, so you know, you don't get the greatest performance from a roll-on. I get about 2 to 3 hours on my skin, because you know, you don't put it on your clothes. I get about 2 to 3 hours on my skin, and you know, waving my arm past my face, I am catching whiffs and wafts of it. So it does perform okay to be a perfume oil. So that is your longevity mixed right in with your sillage and your projection, okay? So is it a great value? Excellent value. They have excellent prices over there on Renewed Scents. I would recommend them any time of the day. I will always recommend them because their products are stellar. They are beautifully crafted and quality fragrances over there at Renewed Scents. If y'all go over there, tell them, hey, tell them Lady Free, your Gourmand Guru, sent you. I'm not sponsored by them. They don't sponsor me or anything. It's just I really love their fragrances. Their quality fragrances. Blind by Worthy, yes. Rating is Freesse Fragrance Find of the Day, 10 out of 10. So Freesse Fragrance Find of today went to Snooze by Renewed Scents, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. This next fragrance is What About Pop from the House of Oud. Go ahead and run the product shot. This is your perfumey popcorn. Perfumey, caramel, buttery, sweet popcorn, creamy popcorn type of scent. Caramel is made with cream, right? Type of scent. I know that a lot of people say this smells like literal popcorn. To them, this is a literal gourmand. I know that I'm your gourmand guru, and I know that I fancy gourmand fragrances, literal gourmands, more than most. So my opinion may be a little bit biased because of that reason, but also because I sniff a lot of scents. I have a lot of literal gourmand scents in my collection. This one is teetering on literal, but this isn't a literal gourmand in my opinion. It is a very gourmand, but it isn't literal. You want to know what smells like literal popcorn to me? Charosta 72. Is it 71 or 72? But the Charosta 70 something, that one smells like literal buttery caramel popcorn in my opinion. I want to go to the movies after this. I probably will. Anyway, side thoughts, right? Top notes of popcorn, caramel, and hawthorn. Middle notes of whipped cream, Madagascar vanilla, and night blooming creas. Base notes of ebony, benzoin musk, ambergris, and Madagascar vanilla. Now this does have something in it that is a smidge tart to me. And that is the best way I can describe it. It's something that I don't know if it's that benzoin. I feel like benzoin just helps fragrances project a little bit more. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's the ambergris or what, but it is something just a little, I don't know if it's balsamic or tart. I don't know the right word to describe what I'm smelling. I apologize about that, y'all, but it is definitely lactonic. It's definitely creamy. That's what we're talking about in this video, right? It's definitely lactonic. It's definitely creamy. Buttery caramel popcorn, and it does have a floral nuance. It is florally nuanced, so that those florals along with a couple of other of those base notes does put this into a perfumey category for me. It is perfumey enough to wear comfortably if you don't fancy literal gourmands, but you still have to like gourmands. Because you do have a floral nuance, I would say springtime, and because this is so gourmand and it's because it is so creamy, I will also say fall time. I don't think this fragrance will hold up during the winter time unless you're just wearing it in the house. Again, I don't feel like this fragrance will hold up during the winter time, and we're going to speak about why in just a minute. Straight up feminine fragrance in my opinion. Actually, day or night time for me. See, it has a lemony thing, a tart. It doesn't have any lemon in here, and I haven't sprayed anything on my skin today, y'all. It has a lemony thing that it does. I don't know what that is, but anyway, it's definitely creamy because whipped cream is what we're talking about, right? I don't think it'll be substantial enough to wear and hold up during the winter time, but smelling it on my skin now, the projection has gotten a little bit better since I last remember wearing this fragrance. So I'm going to say right now this is a moderate projecting scent. If a person walks past you or they were in the same room as you, I feel like they'll smell you. Yeah, I feel like it may have a bit of a lasting sillage. Not the most lasting sillage, but maybe a few minutes after you walk down the hall and someone has walked down the same hall, or if you were in the room and left the room and they enter the room after you left the room, I feel like they'll still be able to smell your presence. They'll still be able to smell this perfume on you. So I feel like it's a moderate projecting scent, and it will leave a moderately lasting sillage. Now let's talk about longevity. From what I can remember on this fragrance, I get about 6 hour wear, and that may be pushing it. From what I can remember about this fragrance, it has had time to sit. It's been a few months since I've worn this fragrance. I'm thinking because the projection has improved, I'm thinking that the longevity may have improved as well. I will definitely keep you posted. Value, definitely find these at your discounter sites. Even check the gray market if they have it. This is a very expensive bottle. This is a 75 2.5 fluid ounce bottle. Is it worth the smell just for the juice on the inside? Because this is a beautifully crafted bottle. So, I mean, price-wise, is it a good value? I think it is a good value, but I think it's a good value if you can find it at the discounter sites, because they tend to have it at a decent price. It's still a little bit up there, but for what you're getting, I still think this is a good value. Maybe not the best value, and I can't remember what I've said about this fragrance in time past. Maybe not the best value, but it is a decent value if this is the type of fragrance that you're looking for the juice inside of the bottle. And from the projection that I'm getting now today, it's a decent value. Maybe not the best value. It could be a little bit longer lasting, so I'm going to say it is a okay value. It could be longer lasting. And keep that in mind when thinking about value, because it isn't very long lasting. It may not be a good value for you, but for right now, for me, I think it is a good value. Is it blind buy safe? Yes, this for me, and take this with a grain of salt. you have to know what you like. You have to determine what your scent profile is. If your scent profile is similar to mine, there's nothing in here that's just standing out saying that, hey, somebody wouldn't jive well with this. It might be. It might be that tangy thing that it does. It's a moderately safe blind buy. Proceed with caution, and that's what I'm going to say. Rating, I'm going to give this a 8.5, 9 out of 10. So that is What About Pop from the House of Oud. Keeping with the House of Oud, we have Keep Glazed. Now, this is your green, almost ripened, tangy, but sweet and creamy mango scent. The top notes of Keep Glazed are mango, strawberry leaf, and iced lemon. Middle notes of whipped cream, coconut, and ginger. Base notes of fruity notes, musk, and precious woods. I failed to mention that this is a woody fragrance, especially on my skin. My skin definitely pulls those woody notes to the front. So about maybe 2 minutes in, maybe not even 2 minutes, maybe a minute into the spray, those woody notes really start to come through the fragrance. But upon first blast, what I get is a zesty green from that strawberry leaf, almost ripened but still a little bit juicy mango note. And then as the your olfactory journey continues, as the fragrance continues to transition, you also get that cream, that whipped cream. And that whipped cream, in my opinion, honestly, you smell it throughout the entire wear of the fragrance. Wearability, perfect for this time of year, perfect for your spring, perfect for your summer. And I can even see in this being a good transitional fragrance from the summertime to the fall. Beyond that, I don't see me wouldn't recommend wearing this fragrance past the transitional season from the summertime to the fall. But this fragrance is perfect for ideally, in my opinion, ideally for the spring and the summertime. Because it is a little sweet, but it still has a tart freshness to it with that lemon and with that strawberry leaf. So any time of the day, any time of the night, I can see me wearing this during the spring and the summer. Straight up feminine scent. So let's jump right into performance. This is a moderate lasting 6 to 8 hour wear. 6 to 8 hour wear, decent projecting, decent lasting sillage type of scent. A little bit more than moderate as far as the projection and the sillage. So I do like this one a little bit better because it performs a little better. So whereas this one may not be the best value, especially because of the performance, it may not be the best value. This one, I would say, is totally worth it, but finding it at your discounter sites or on the gray market. So to blind buy or not to blind buy, this wouldn't be a safe blind buy, especially if you're looking for an over-ripened, sweet, juicy, lactonic type of mango. It does have lactonic, it is sweet, it is juicy, but it is still very green and very zesty and lemony and fresh at the same time. So I would caution against blind buying this fragrance because you think it's going to smell one way and it does not. It still gives you mango, but it gives you a different type of mango. So beware, you have been cautioned. This is not a safe blind buy. Rating 9 out of 10. I actually really like this fragrance. 9.5 out of 10. So that is Keep Glazed by the House of Oud. This last one is Ambrosia Imperial by NAVITUS in collaboration with Aisha, AI the Great, over here on YouTube, my good YouTube sister. So this is your banana rum with a little bit of whipped cream, but very present and also woody type of scent. To me, the amber wood comes through a lot on my skin, along with that Divana. That Divana definitely comes through a lot as well. The top notes of Ambrosia Imperial are banana, rum, Divana, Brazilian orange, Ceylon cinnamon. Middle notes of amberwood, dates, orchid, and jasmine, with base notes of saffron, whipped cream, caramel, vanilla, benzoin, and musk. Now, does the vanilla last the entire tea of the fragrance? Yes and no. This isn't a substantial wearing banana. The banana isn't the star. It's the star of the show, but it is like a supporting star of the show for me. It isn't a, let me just say, okay, take that back. Let me just say it is the star of the show, but it isn't a very sweet banana. It isn't a Laffy Taffy or an artificial type of banana smell, the smell that you get in banana candies. It isn't that type of banana. This is a grown folks banana. Okay, this is a perfumey banana. You definitely get that rum upon initial spray, along with that Divana. And that Divana, unfortunately, because I think that may be the note that may bother me a little bit about this fragrance, lasts the entire wear of the fragrance. And then on my skin, you get that cinnamon upon initial blast too. But when the cinnamon starts to really transition and amp itself up, in my opinion, as the fragrance continues to dry down on your skin. So you do get the cinnamon in the initial blast, but as the fragrance travels into the mid and it starts to dry down, that cinnamon amps up. The spiciness of the fragrance intensifies. That cinnamon intensifies, in my opinion, on my skin as the fragrance starts to dry down, and then you start to get that amber wood. So this to me is a woody fragrance. I definitely get that amber wood, and you do get a little bit of spiciness from that saffron in the base. But one thing that I'm very confused on, I don't know why people say this is an airy scent. Everyone I've heard talk about this fragrance has attributed the adjective airy to this fragrance. Please explain that to me, y'all. And I'm really being serious. So in the comment section, if someone can answer that question for me, why do y'all think this fragrance is airy? Or why do y'all say that it's airy? To me, this is a very heavy fragrance. I wouldn't necessarily say it's dark or deep. It does have a lot of depth to it, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's a deep, dark, mysterious type of fragrance, but it's not airy. To me, y'all, it's just not airy. Maybe it's airy in the fact that it's like, I guess I'm confusing two things together. I don't know. Maybe it's airy in the fact that it's not like super heavy or super dense, but it ain't light to me in the fact that it's very substantial wearing. Very. So let's skip right into wearability, and then we'll get back into the performance, because that's what I want to talk about. Really. That's what I don't understand. But airiness also has something to do with the note structure. So we were in the right category. Anyway, wearability. Again, this is a very substantial wearing fragrance. So wearing it during the summertime, maybe a bit much, because it is very present. Almost cloying to me a little bit, not cloying in that it's sweet, but it's just something in it that is a little bit cloying to me. So I have to be in the mood to wear this fragrance. I do like it, and I have worn it, but I just have to be in the mood to wear this fragrance. It isn't an easy reach fragrance for me. Okay, this is my opinion, right? It isn't an easy reach fragrance for me, so I have to be in the mood to wear this fragrance. So I can say that it can be worn this time of year. I can also say that it's easily you can wear it in the fall time, and it will definitely stand up during the winter time. So I would really say ideally fall and winter time for this fragrance. Although it has the banana, it isn't a very sweet fragrance. Okay, it has sweetness to it. Yes, it is sweet. It is a gourmand, but it's not a literal gourmand. This is a very perfumey gourmand, very grown folk, sexy type of gourmand. So that is your wearability. The performance, teetering on beast mode. Teetering on beast mode. This is one that you have to commit to because it's going to smell the same way from when you smell it to when it's done performing. I'm getting at least 10 hours of wear on my skin, and I will say majority of that time it being very present. It's smelling the same way almost the entire wear of the fragrance. This fragrance doesn't really die down. This fragrance doesn't really give you a break in its presence, okay? Probably at least 6 hours of wearing this fragrance, you're going to smell it that presently. It isn't going to die down. And maybe after that 6 to 8 hour mark, it's going to die down a little bit, but it's still going to be very present. So this is one that you have to commit to. So value $295, but this is a 125 ml 4.2 fluid ounce. So it's expensive. It's expensive. Is it a good value? This is a beautifully crafted fragrance. This is a very original fragrance. This is a well-loved fragrance. This is a quality fragrance. The way it's blended is so beautiful. For those reasons, is it worth its value? Yes, but that price point is a little bit steep. I know you get a lot of juice, so I'm going to leave the value up to you guys, how you feel about it. For me, I did get it at literally as soon as she said it's for sale, I bought it. Not even a minute later. So I think I did get a 20 or 30% discount. For me, it was worth it, and it still is a decent value. It is just a little pricey, and I'm going to leave it at that. So to blind buy or not to blind buy, and I will pick up where I was kind of left off and cut myself off earlier. I haven't heard anyone speak negatively of this fragrance. Every single person that I've heard speak of this fragrance absolutely loves, absolutely adores. Everyone raves about this fragrance. Literally every person I've heard, I literally have not heard one negative comment about this fragrance. For me, however, I like it. I do really like it, but it is polarizing for me. So I don't know if it's that, I think it's that Divana note, and it's just so present, and it's just so substantial wearing that I just have to be in the mood for it. So not saying that I like it or don't like it, it's just like it, but got to be in the mood for it. So that, to me, that's why it's polarizing for me. So is it a safe blind buy? I won't say yeah for y'all, yeah, because from the research I've done, I've had this fragrance since it first came out, and that's been over a year ago at this point, maybe even longer than that. I can't remember, but I've never heard anyone speak negatively about this fragrance. So because of that reason, I'm going to say yes, it is a safe blind buy, because I've heard so many people love and adore it. But for me, it is a bit polarizing, and had I had known that, I would have told myself it isn't a safe blind buy. But for you guys, and from it being such a crowd, not necessarily a crowd pleasing or a mass appealing scent, because it definitely isn't that, but everyone still loves it. Everyone still adores it, and I love that for AI. I love that for the company. This is one of their best-selling scents from what I've seen, and from a lot of people that I've seen say like this, from all the NAVITUS scents that they own in their collection, this one is their favorite. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that for AI, and I love that for NAVITUS. So because of the reason, I'm going to say it is a safe blind buy. If you have it now, I think everyone has, definitely get your nose on it. So rating for me, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10, 7.5 or 8 out of 10, just because I have to be in the mood for it. So that is Ambrosia Imperial by NAVITUS in collaboration with AI the Great over here on YouTube. Thank you so much to each and every one of you that have made it to the end of this lengthy video. I know, y'all, I put out lengthy content. That's why I don't put out 3 and 4 videos. This will be my 3rd video this week though, but I don't put out like 4 or 5 videos a week, 2 and 3 videos a week. Normally it's only 2 videos a week, because I do definitely long form content. I know YouTube videos are considered long form content. I definitely do long form content because I know when I go to watch YouTube videos, it's normally when I'm cleaning up or doing my hair or getting ready. So I like the videos to be a little lengthy. So that's what I put out. Also, I like detail. I like to know exactly what someone feels about the fragrance in every facet, and that's why I format my videos the way I format my videos, because I like detail. So I want to give that to you. I want to know this, I want to know that, I want to know that, how many hours, what's the smell, how it smells, when you smell it. I want to know all of that. I want to know details so I can make an informed decision about the fragrance that I am interested in knowing more about. And even if I already have the fragrance, I just like to hear other people's opinions about it. Okay, so thank you for sticking around for my lengthy videos. Thank you for your love and support. Each and every one of you for making it to the end of this video. Be sure to like this video. Please comment on the question I asked you. I'm not asking you just because I want engagement. Yes, I do want engagement, but that is a question, a burning question that I've had, and I really do want to know the answer to it. So if you can answer in the comment section, why do y'all guys say and explain to me the reasoning behind you guys saying it's airy, I would very much appreciate it. Ambrosia Imperial, it's airy, I would very much appreciate it. Also, check out my other videos. And if you find any value in me and in the work I'm doing over here on Freesse Fragrance Finds, please consider subscribing. Love you guys. And until the next one, peace.